Yeah, and I also love what you two are talking about. You both said it in different ways. Mike talked a little bit about this too. It's like this isn't the end, right? This is actually a new beginning of more things. And so, as you iterate and continue to as an organization, like this is a new beginning and a new opportunity to set a new standard and to set some new challenges. And you're already thinking forward to the things that you want to do in 26, to the things you want to do in 27. And I'm sure you're thinking about that across the other buckets in the organization as well, not just this event. But that also doesn't, we're not dismissing what came before us, right? That first Old Glory relay was amazing for what it was. And so you don't have to, um, you know, you don't have to be negative about what happened before to continue to get better. It's all a positive, progressive movement forward.
Yeah, I think something that's really important here, something that I have always personally believed, this has never been in Team RDB doctrine, but I've also believed that Team RDB or veterans organizations in general, like a really important, maybe unstated mission for all of us is to help be the protectors of the all volunteer force, right? And that felt a little abstract 12 years ago, but it feels pretty real right now, kind of with what's going on in the force. And so, with our ideas to help kind of grow this, to have some involvement from the active duty branches and the reserve component branches, obviously, um, it, you know, I think that's an important aspect of this too, right? So we want to do this for veterans and for the organization, but I think more broadly, like I think there's a way to. I mean, I don't want to like say this is like a kind of a national defense imperative, but like we want to be part of the solution in terms of keeping the all volunteer force healthy, right? And showing veterans that they're going to be supported when they're in uniform and after and out of uniform as well. I think it all is part of that, right? So
Yeah, I don't think it's inappropriate to think about it that way, right? I had a guest last month who talked about the idea of letting his service and his status as a veteran inform him, but not define him, which I thought was a really great way of looking at it. But we are considered veterans of the military, and it's not like, hey, that's something I used to do. Like, it is a status. We are veterans. We served and we continue to serve, right? Like, just because we're out of uniform, that oath that we took and that lifestyle that we signed up for, our mission might change, our approach to it might change, and there might be different elements to our identity and to the way that we inform ourselves and our information and life moving forward adjusts slightly, but that service component, that desire to serve, never goes away. And so I think having events like this and organizations like yours that allow us to like really tap into that the source of that together and to hear it from different perspectives, whether it's somebody who retired, more closely removed to this conversation, or somebody who only served for 4 years as an enlisted guy, almost 20 years ago, like myself. We're all here together doing different things and continuing to serve.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just, again, it's just like the timing and the things that are going on. There's just an incredible opportunity I think we have as an organization in terms of what JJ's saying. Because I mean, like the narrative in terms of like when it comes to recruiting right now, which is hands down the most important resource that our country has when it comes to its services, right? It's fighting. It's not tanks. It's not aircraft carrier. I got it. We got the best technology in the world. We got the best weapons. But that human capital that America's parents hands off and says, hey, this is, and these kids that are old enough to decide for them, themselves, they're older, they're making decisions and they're like, I could choose all these other things. They got peers that are doing amazing things. And the fact that they choose service and a life of service that can be difficult at times over this other stuff, money, whatever, what have you, is I think a responsibility that the military is embracing, right? I mean, if you look at the amount of money the Army's putting into its, holistic, health and fitness, or what the special operations community has done for years with its human performance and wellness program. I mean, I just came from Fort Liberty today, where at the schoolhouse, the Special Warfare Schoolhouse, they opened up a $46 million facility so that the next generation of special operators don't deal with the chronic injuries. They have a much better term of service. And when they get out, they're better off to continue to serve But even in that, that environment, they're like, and the speaker at the time goes, and thank God we have a group like Team RWB who grabs those veterans and continues to build off all this stuff that we're now doing in the service. And I think it's an awesome opportunity to highlight that, whether it's with the Old Glory Relay or the other events. I mean, I think this is actually going to, we're already seeing it, that local chapters are talking about, well, this is awesome. Maybe we should do something similar in our state, and we get a group of veterans and we just run across the state of Colorado as fast as we can. This is something that we all can do. And I think it's, again, that nature that we talked about earlier of the organization, that, one event doesn't define all the chapters. They always find a way to like participate, to put their stamp on this thing, and to keep the movement going. It's pretty cool.